High above the clouds, where the air grows thin and the earth reaches for the stratosphere, lies a world of fractured stone and ancient ice. This is the roof of the world, the Himalayas, a landscape that, at first glance, seems entirely devoid of life. It is harsh, frozen, and unforgiving, yet within this immense and silent architecture a shadow moves, the snow leopard, known to those who share these mountains as the mountain ghost. This is a creature that does not seek to conquer its environment. Instead, it becomes a seamless extension of it. To understand the snow leopard is to understand the concept of absolute space. For this solitary feline, survival is not defined merely by the success of the hunt. It is defined by the mastery of geography. Their lives are dictated by a meticulous, unseen routine of territorial patrol. A single, solitary male may command a home range stretching over 200 square miles. In this vast, vertical kingdom, deep knowledge of the terrain is the only barrier between life and starvation. He must know every ridgeline, every hidden cave, every crumbling precipice, and every windswept valley. He must hold the mountain entirely within his mind. As the first light of dawn bleeds across the jagged peaks, painting the snow in hues of cold violet and pale gold, the daily patrol begins. The snow leopard awakens from a high, secluded vantage point. Here, upon a narrow precipice, he has spent the night observing the valleys below. He stretches slowly, his thick, insulated tail uncoiling like a heavy scarf. His movements are deliberate and unhurried. There is a profound calmness to his routine. It is a slow, calculated conservation of energy that dictates every single action in this oxygen-deprived environment. He steps out onto a narrow ledge. The drop below him is sheer, plunging hundreds of feet into a shadowed, rocky gorge. He does not hesitate. His massive, fur-covered paws, acting as natural snowshoes and sound-dampening shock absorbers, find perfect perches on the loose shale. He is walking a path invisible to us. He is traversing a deeply ingrained cognitive map, built over years of solitary exploration. Every step is precise, every pause is calculated. To maintain a territory of this magnitude, the snow leopard relies on an intricate, invisible network of communication, a silent, chemical language left behind on the stone. As he moves along the familiar, wind-swept ridge, he stops. He approaches an overhanging rock or Euros, a natural shelter and a landmark he has visited countless times before. He lowers his head and sniffs the base of the stone, closing his eyes as he analyzes the olfactory data left by others. Has a rival male crossed this pass in the night? Has a receptive female lingered in the valley below? He turns, raising his long, heavy tail, and sprays a pungent mist against the rock face. Then, with rhythmic, powerful strokes, he scrapes the frozen ground with his hind paws, turning over the dirt and leaving both a visual and chemical signpost. This scrape is a quiet declaration of presence. It is a boundary marker in a kingdom of stone. Throughout his day, he will create dozens of these markers. It is the necessary, meticulous, administrative work of an apex predator. The sun climbed higher, casting harsh, contrasting shadows across the mountain face. The wind begins to howl, carrying with it the faint, distant scent of blue sheep. The leopard stops instantly. He lowers his body, his smoky grey and rosette-patterned coat dissolving into the granite backdrop. He becomes invisible. This is the deep visual intelligence of the snow leopard. He does not simply rely on his camouflage. He actively seeks out environments, shadows and rock formations that perfectly match his disruptive patterns. He waits. Minutes pass. He is a master of patience. But the wind shifts, and the sand fades. Today in this valley, there will be no hunt. He simply stands, shakes the light dusting of snow from his coat, and continues his patrol. His journey takes him downward, navigating steep, crumbling scree slopes that would prove treacherous to any other large mammal. His balance is flawless, aided by a tail that is almost as long as his entire body, acting as a dynamic counterweight. He moves like liquid over the jagged terrain. Down into the lower elevations, the air grows slightly thicker. Here, sparse alpine vegetation clings to life. Even here, his routine remains unbroken. He follows the natural contours of the mountain, walking along the paths of least resistance carved by glacial runoff. As afternoon shifts into the golden hour, the temperature begins to plummet. The snow leopard finds a small, sheltered overhang facing the setting sun. He rests. His patrol is not a frantic race, but a continuous, rhythmic cycle of movement and observation. He meticulously grooms his thick fur, ensuring its insulating properties remain fully intact against the coming freeze. He looks out over his vast domain. From this vantage point, he He can see for miles. He is the solitary guardian of an invisible empire. When darkness finally claims the Himalayas, the temperature drops far below freezing. For humans, it is a deadly environment. For the mountain ghosts, it is a time of true awakening. His large, pale eyes gather the faint starlight, illuminating the rocky world in shades of silver and grey. He rises once more. The patrol is never truly finished. The map in his mind is constantly updated, constantly redrawn. He steps silently out into the freezing night, his silhouette vanishing into the dark, a phantom continuing his endless, quiet journey across the roof of the world.